Hey guys, and welcome back to Number 9 Farms. Today I'm going to be making what I call the potato and cream corn recipe. And basically I have our potatoes that out of that 375 pounds, which I know y'all are sick of hearing about, but we've preserved a lot of them, and these have been frozen. So these are basically blanched and put in the bag. And so now I'm going to go ahead and cook the sausage, which, you know, we do make our own sausage, but we're completely out. We haven't got caught back up on that yet. But I'm going to go ahead and fry this up. And then after that, just basically layer it. And I've got this size can of cream corn, which I used to get from Restaurant Depot, and we're no longer near one. But we'll layer it up. This is the 11 by 15 casserole dish. And the recipe came from my friend Camille Gomez about 4 years ago, and maybe a little more, a little less. But basically, I just like making it. It's fun, and I get to use up some of our potatoes. And I cooked a pumpkin pie also. So that's over here. And my oven is still open in case you see that right there behind us. So that way I can let out some of the heat in here, which sometimes I don't need the heat because he's got it so hot that I wear tank tops. So I'm going to grease this up and we'll get started. All right, so let's cook this sausage. I like every time if I try to buy a sausage, Bruce says, "Oh, we got it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it." So the other night, he gets some of the buckets sometimes from the store because they throw them in the trash, and we use them for our maple sap. So while we were out there getting the, which I didn't touch anything, so I don't need to wash my hands. But when we were there getting the buckets, he had to go out to the car because the whole cart was full of buckets. And so I went right over there to the meat section, and I put the sausage in my cart, and he never saw it because he likes to control everything you buy. Because he'll say, "Do we really need that? Are you sure?" And I'll say, "Yeah." And then so the whole thing is, I got to make a list. So I get to the grocery store, and now, you know, we have 9 kids, but of course we only have 3 left at home. And it's just been his way because we had to conserve money, you know, seriously conserve money, because he basically made about $400 or $500 a week in those days. And sometimes I ask myself, how did I ever do it? But I'm just going to throw a little bit of salt in while it's cooking, and I'm going to use my freeze-dried onions. So, and I always save all our jars and stuff. And these, I have one of the vacuum sealers that sucks this too, so that way the button cap can be used over. And I just go ahead and throw these in right along. And this is one of those things you need a lot of onions, so I might as well just go ahead and use it all. I don't know why I'm sprinkling them. But anyways, we get to the grocery store, and so then the other day when we were, I had my list, and he says, he was making a comment about, "Did you really need all this?" He said, "Because I don't really know if you really need it or you'll just be buying it." And I'm like, okay, yes, I really needed it. So, it's kind of funny how he does that, but sometimes it kind of can be very irritating. But it's all right. He had to go pick Cooper up from basketball. Well, no, basketball's over. Yesterday they had made it to finals, and then yesterday it was the last game because they didn't beat like one of the other number one in the state, and which is sad, but I didn't hear from him, and I was like, finally I sent him a message and I said, what's the dealio here? And I lost. We lost, he said. So anyways, that's how. Don't be peeking in here.
Where's the camera at? Oh.
Hey. Rosie comes to check it out because Rosie wants to cook some sausage too. Yes. Yeah, well the pie is done. Yeah, maybe a little longer to see if, you know, because, yeah, I mean, it just let it sit a little bit longer, okay? Alright. Dusty loves pumpkin pie. So, all the time, I'll be buying pumpkin pies from Schwann's, but I haven't been letting him come because, you know, right now we're not exactly working a lot, especially since the, you know, the markets ain't open. And I've tried to, like, get in a couple other markets that, like, run all year, but I don't ever hear back from them. So apparently, either they don't need anybody, or they, don't have any more spaces. Basically, same answer. But anyways, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get all this cooked up, and then I'll meet you back over there, and we'll put this casserole together. It's quick and simple. You're gonna need some sliced onions as well, but you could skip this part if you didn't like onions. Even though I put the onions also in the sausage, but you want to slice onions as a layer too. It just helps give it a lot more flavor. And plus, these are our onions, and I want to use them up anyway because I'm down to the maybe like this much hanging up in the basement, maybe about like that much hanging up in the basement. So, because we did caramelized onions, onion broth. I did onions that dehydrated caramelized onions. So these are some ideas maybe you might want to try too. And also I did the maple, I want to say maple bacon, but it's not maple bacon, it's maple onion jam, because we do sell a maple bacon jam. And that's why every time I always want to say bacon. Open up your can. I'm going to tell you, it's hard to open these big cans. Whew, I'm almost there. Ta-da! Made it. Okay. Alright guys, let's put this assemblage over together. So that's what we always say in the art world from Michael DeMang. Assemblage. Assemblage. Those were the good old days for me. Always going to the art retreats and having a good old time. So, enjoying all the, I may not even need both of these. But first of all, you're going to put down a little bit of cream cheese. Put some of that cream cheese. I mean, not cream cheese, cream corn. And if you were making like a normal casserole, but nothing's been normal in my life, as far as, you know, when you've got a large family, you always made big things. So I didn't ever make small things. So if recipes were geared always toward a small portion, I did drain the grease off. But you're going to go ahead now and put some potatoes down. And then put some meat over top of it. And then put some onions on top of the meat. So, and this is a simple meal. You want to go ahead and turn your oven on to, okay, I didn't write it down. 350. It is there. So I'm going to stop. Go ahead and do that. 350 start. Start. So that new oven is so nice. Oh my gosh. But you just go ahead and layer everything down. Simple, easy. And it works just as fast as if you and you could even put cheese on top if you wanted to, which, you know, that's another good thing for it if you wanted to do that. And let's see. But you can do just regular fresh potatoes. You don't have to have potatoes that you froze or anything. Either way, I've done it both ways and it works perfect. So, and this is a good simple meal. And I could have cooked more sausage, but I'm trying to just get at least 2 layers out. And they still haven't got back yet, but they will. It's not far, maybe, I don't know, maybe 11 miles or so from the school. I'm not sure exactly. So, okay. And like I said, you could do it thicker or more if you wanted to. And then this is where you want to pile on the onions. Now you can skip the onion part if you want. But this also you could do as a freezer meal. Go ahead and cut it, Dusty.
That's it.
Go ahead and cut it. I think it's over here in this drawer. Right here. Look right here.
Ah.
It does the body good.
Sort of.
So, you see it?
I think it's in there.
Okay, well, go ahead, my man. Look. Okay. Look, yeah, I want to see. It's in here for sure. I'm going to be touching. Here it is, right here, Dusty.
Really, dude? What the heck? How was I supposed to find that?
Well, your daddy puts away the dishes, that and Colby. So another little tip too, if you don't know this already, and this came from, I think, Helpful Hints with Heloise, but you can take, if you cut onions and garlic, and you can run it under cold water, and you rub the stainless steel with a knife, it gets rid of the odors off your hand. What do you think? Is it ready?
It's pretty soft.
Ooh.
Still gonna eat it. But yeah, it's ready.
Alright, so then you just go ahead now and go ahead and layer up the rest of the corn. And you see why I always use the big can of corn.
Corn. Big old corn. You know we're gonna get that creamy corn.
Well, it's part of the recipe, Dusty.
Yeah, no.
You don't mind it in the casserole.
I guess you're right.
Yeah. Gotta get that cone. They make fun of everything I say. I hope that I'm not that bad.
Honestly, I'll be like, repeat something you say, and then it's like, what are you making fun of me? Be like, oh my lord, Bruce. Bruce,
Bruce, do you hear him?
Bruce, where are my glasses, Bruce?
Oh yeah, that looks delicious.
See you guys. Pumpkin pie. Got my pumpkin pie.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, you get the gist of it here. And I think all I'm gonna need is the one bag. So, and then we're gonna go ahead and I'll bring you back when I finish it up. But it's the same process, and that's why I like to use this 11 by 15, because that way I can put a little bit more on. But also you could do the same exact thing with the 9 by 13 or any other casserole dish that you have. And also you could do this, go ahead and prepare it and then put it in the freezer and just wrap it up in cellophane and right on there, bake at 350 for 40 to 45 minutes, but you don't really need it that long because my potatoes are already cooked. But if the potatoes were not cooked, you would want to go ahead and at least blanch them some so that you could, somebody must be talking about me, my nose is itching. But anyways, you'd want to go ahead and do that first. Then wrap it up if you were going to freeze it. But it definitely is 45 to 60 minutes if it's real fresh potatoes.
Track.
Yeah?
It is going to be 3 to 5, pretty much.
Okay.
It might end a little earlier or whatever, and stuff like that. And then he's saying, the basketball coach, Todd Monette,
Yeah?
who's Chase's Monette's dad.
Yes.
He's saying that we'll start practicing generally after 5.
Oh, so
Because most of his team
Oh, he
is
does
on
the baseball too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, no, he does the Todd Monette does the baseball.
Oh, his dad.
Yes.
Okay.
Chase also does baseball.
Okay.
He's a player, not a coach.
Okay, guys, so the last step here, I only used one bag, and what I did, because I had so much extra potatoes left, I went ahead and put some on the side, because I didn't want to save those last little bit. Plus, on top of that, I would either have to cook them either way. So, I've got it worked out pretty much that this whole can of corn will definitely go on this whole meal.
Looks good, Mama.
Good, thank you, Boop. Boopy's always my hero for my meals. He always tells me, you gotta add this one to the monthly thing, or add this one to your all the time, or the weekly menu. He's my greatest cheerleader when it comes to cooking. But let me get that last little bit out.
Because I be eating.
Last little bit out here.
I'm going to get some pie.
Okay, get some pie. Because this will take probably about 35 minutes since my potatoes are already cooked. And I used to take a lot of times and put Reynolds wrap on top of it because I would get the potatoes cooked faster. So if you're doing fresh potatoes, that's just an option too. That you could put some Reynolds wrap on top and get it to cook faster. So look at that. It looks so good.
Oh, look at that masterpiece. I tell you right now.
Yeah, it's always a good one. Salt and pepper. And I only used one bag.
Wow.
I know. So see, and look how much it made. So this is a good thing, and this would be a great freezer meal too. My family loves pepper, that's for sure. So we like spicy things. All right.
Here. Let me put it
Look
in
at that. All right, and so down the bottom.
You want me to do it? Here,
Sure.
go to the door. So did they make some of these with freezer lids?
That's what I was saying I've been looking for.
I mean, that would be the deal for us.
All right, guys. Well, I'll bring you back when it's done. Okay, this is a little bonus that I had because since I had already thawed these out, the potatoes, I don't want to put them back in the freezer because what'll happen is they'll all just be clumped together because we laid every single one of them out on flat sheets and then flash freezed them and then packaged them in the package so that we could take them apart and they wouldn't be frozen together. So and we did that on some of our biggest trays, our full sheet trays. So Bruce had the idea, instead of you know, let's wait, because we have the show this weekend, really didn't have time to bake or, you know, fry any up because I'll be working. So he had the idea to use one of the big cans that we have of the sausage, country sausage and gravy mix. Or you could just make your own. But we used to buy these again at Restaurant Depot, and they were like $7 and something. And I don't know what they are now, because like I said, I have not been there since I've moved, and that was in November of 2021. So I don't know how much they are now, or if they're still available, or where you can get them. Maybe at Gordon's around here, but I didn't find Gordon's to be anywhere. I really couldn't even find anything in there to buy. But, and maybe there's different ones, I don't know. So better ones, I guess I should say, or than the one that I went to in Green Bay. So just grease your pans down, put some of the sausage gravy mix down, and then I'm going to pack down the potatoes and just do a layer with some cheese, and then it'll be like a little bake, an egg and sausage bake. And you could even, like, right before you cook it, you could top it with some biscuits. So, and this will make an easy meal for one breakfast. And sometimes when I've got all my daughter and her family here, these are the kind of things I'll just take it out and let it thaw, usually right before I go to bed, which is usually midnight or more. And then the first thing in the morning, Bruce will put it in the oven and bake it. So you would just bake this at 350 for probably 35 minutes. So there we go. And these are the ones I was talking about, the little freezer meals that I have. And they come with these lids. And I'm going to tell you, these things are fabulous. And if I could find these at a good price, I would get them. I'll try to leave a link in the bottom, but if I don't, just tell me and I will get it for you. Because sometimes I forget what I say in the video. And then also sometimes what I'll do is I'll take this with, if I would buy this and we didn't need but a little bit or something, because of course when I still lived in North Carolina, Colton still lived at home, and so that was another. And Colton, he's a good eater. So, all right, that's all I want to put on there. And we would have, I would make some biscuits and gravy. This one here is yuck. And as I made the biscuits and gravy, I would just take the rest of this and put it in the freezer in a Ziploc bag, you know, a freezer bag. So, and it freezed good. And then I would just take it out, you know, before I was going to cook it.
Hey.
Yeah.
I got another egg, but one of them I had to throw away because they had cracked. So I got 2 more eggs.
Oh, wow.
So
that's like 15 today. How many is that?
I count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17.
17.
17 eggs.
Woohoo! Now you see why I have so many eggs.
So was Julie alright or what?
She ran up. She's outside now. All right, so just top it off with a little bit of cheese, and that is it. I could have put some more gravy on that layer, but it would have just ran over. So, and now, and you could do some salt and pepper, even some paprika. Look at that. Ta-da! Now I just take and wrap them up with cellophane, and then I'll write on there exactly what to do with it and what it is and the date I did it. Because a lot of times I'll do some more casseroles, like the French toast, the stuffed French toast, which I'm gonna do a video with y'all on that because, and I have exactly 2 more left that aren't already full of something frozen, and I have like 15 of them, or 16. It would be 16. So I have like 16 of these things because I don't like putting. I told you I don't like Reynolds wrap or things like that. So I don't know why I sprayed so much. Sometimes that's the brain for you. But same thing, I'm gonna make another one and I will bring you back when that's done. I'm sorry for adding this in. A quick note, so I went back and I just had a little tiny bit of gravy left. So I went back and scraped it all out and went ahead and spread it in with the... All right, it's out of the oven now. Looky there. Looks so good. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut it.
We're recording us eat?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just said one.
Dusty, is that a different pair of glasses?
Mm-hmm. That's my other one.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
okay.
gonna record you eating and put it up here on Stevenson's thing.
My prologue of me in there.
All right, so Dusty, what do you think?
So good, so young. You know, like yeah.
Well, Cooper, get over here and tell him how good it is.
I like it. It's good.
And what was the word you said?
Bussin'.
My posture.
Bussin'.
Bussin'. Okay, guys, you hear it.
Bussin'.
Bruce will tell us.
That's delicious. This is incredible.
Here's my dinner.
It's so good.
All right, guys, thanks for watching.
Yummy.